morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Anava, and I make faith-related and medical-related videos. Welcome to another hospital vlog. I remember in my last vlog, I said that I wasn't sure if I want to continue with this, and so many of you said you actually like the hospital vlogs. So yeah, I opted to continue. It's really, really hot, by the way. Guys, it's hot. Anyway, yeah, so today is Sunday and I am on call. It's a 24-hour call. I am just about to leave for the hospital. The time is 10:30 if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, I'm about to head to the hospital. I'm just preparing some food. I'm preparing some fries, sweet potato fries and chicken wings, and then I want to pack that because I know that's going to be my lunch. I don't want to come back for lunch from the hospital. So I'm going to head to the hospital. I think once I get there, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go do discharges in neonatal ICU, because I know that there are patients that are ready for discharge. Instead of waiting for Monday, I'll discharge them today. And then afterwards, I'll go see what's happening in OPD. Actually, first I'm going to start in OPD, but I already know it's quiet because I called my intern and he told me it's quiet. So I already know it's quiet, but I'll start in OPD. And then if I see that it really is quiet and he has everything under control, they're stable patients, then I'll go up to the ward and I'll start discharges. And then from there, I'm going to update you on everything that I'm going to be doing. Okay, so I am at the hospital right now. When I arrived, I went straight to OPD. OPD, I found that it's fairly busy. There's about maybe 4 patients in the queue, and he was admitting a severe malaria patient, severe malaria with convulsions. So yeah, I just went, I added on the plan and everything and reviewed that patient that he was admitting, and then I came upstairs. So upstairs, I passed by pediatric HDU, which is high dependency unit. There's ICU, which is like intensive care unit. Those are the very, very sick patients. And then there's HDU, and then there's the normal wards, the general wards for the fairly stable patients. So yeah, I went to HDU, and there are 2 patients in HDU. One patient is a known tetralogy of Fallot, which is a heart condition, TOF. And yeah, basically her heart has abnormal structuring and doesn't really function well, although she came in for a case of pneumonia. So that's what I'm managing her for. And then the other one is TB meningitis. So that is inflammation of the meninges, the ones that's around the brain tissue. He has the positive signs for TB, which is weight loss, night sweats, loss of appetite, and the like. The only thing is the family declined for us to do an LP. So an LP is a lumbar puncture, where you take the spinal fluid, the fluid that surrounds the brain and the spine. You put a needle in the back over there in the lower back region, and then you take that fluid and then you take it for testing, because that's where you find the bacteria or the virus or the fungi that is causing the infection in the brain. So we take that fluid and we take it for testing. But there are some families that refuse that procedure to be done because of stigmas and just fear, I don't know. So his family refused for us to do that procedure. So we're unable to find out exactly what is causing his infection. So yeah, but we gave antibiotics. He did not improve. He was just deteriorating. So we started him on TB medication, and he has responded so well. Like, he's improved in like 3 days, 4 days. He's improved drastically. So we are suspecting that, not suspecting, it has confirmed that it was TB meningitis. Yeah. So yeah, I just got to NIC ICU right now, so I'm going to start with NIC ICU. I'll do a round, and then I'm going to discharge some patients. Once I discharge those patients, then I'm going to go do a round in pediatric HDU. Once I review those 2 patients, then I'm going to go down to OPD and help my intern. So yeah, that is the first part of my day. I'm going to be updating you guys on the patients I see as usual, and yeah.
watching my stories. I see you getting my lifestyle. I see you watching my movements. This bad bitch bad every day. I know they look at your face. Bad man bad every day. Get on your knees and pray. Do you regain your faith? Bad killer, but this somebody come. Don't take my energy from your cardula. In my pastor say I be my healer. Everything I desire I go receive my rhythm. Flow like a river. If you get sour, come on, go and sit down. I go just para. Come on, my jigger. I go just stay. Follow my lead.
So I just finished my reviews and my discharges. I'm actually really tired. I think the time is like 13:30, almost 14. There's a baby that I was seeing who is convulsing, a case of HIE. In layman's language, the baby didn't cry when they were born, so the baby did not get oxygen to the brain just shortly after birth, and so there was like brain damage. So we see those patients, usually if it's really severe, they are convulsing and they can't suck and they're just very sick. So that baby is really sick, like really sick. And I think this is the part I hate, where like I have to speak to the parents on the prognosis, because the prognosis of that child is really poor. The chances of that child actually getting better are really low, and if the child does get better, the chances of that child having cerebral palsy are really high. Yeah, so I really hate this part. So I have to speak to the parents and counsel them and just let them be ready for anything. And then yeah, I had 2 admissions. They brought in both because of prematurity. One is stable, birth weight was 2 kg and the child is fairly stable. The other one is 1.5 kg and the child has respiratory distress syndrome, which is a condition that affects the lungs, and the child is really hyperventilating and failing to breathe and everything. So we had to like initiate on O2 therapy, oxygen therapy, and yeah, those are the 2 that I'm just from admitting. And then I have to come and cannulate a bunch in the ward because their cannulas are out. But right now I want to go down to OPD because my intern tells me that he's a bit overwhelmed and there's a lot of patients. So I'm going to go down and finish seeing those patients, hopefully clear the files. Then I'll come back here, cannulate the patients, and then I'm going to go and review the ones in pediatric HDU. At least I did pass by when I just arrived, so at least I saw that the children were stable and everything, and I told them that I'll be back. So on my way to OPD, I'll peep through again and just make sure that the patients are still stable, and then I'll go and clear the files in OPD. Hey guys, so the time is 15:15 about. And I just got back from OPD. OPD is busy. We managed to clear the files now. There were quite a bunch of patients, a lot of patients for admission. We're having a lot of severe malaria. So yeah, we were admitting a bunch of them for that. Severe malaria with anemia, severe malaria with convulsions, severe malaria with prostration, severe malaria with AKI. Like we just had a lot of malaria, and they were all coming with in complicated state. So yeah, those were the admissions that we're doing, and then we had a few here and there, tonsillitis and other things that we just sent home. Yeah, tonsillitis, AGE that we just sent home. I've left one currently on plan B. The child had some dehydration, and so we're trying to hydrate the child a little bit, and then after 4 hours I'll go reassess, and the child is okay, the child will go home. So yeah, I've come to the core room. I'm hungry, so I want to eat my lunch, my packed lunch, and I'll probably like just watch something on Netflix while I'm eating, or maybe on YouTube, I don't know. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to go to pediatric HDU, and then I'm going to start my post-admission round. Okay, so I was called back to the ward. The time should be now 15:40, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have my watch, but like 15:40, 15:45. I was called back to the ward just when I started eating. because there was a baby that had changed condition. So this is a baby who's been having recurrent hypoglycemic spells. Her mother is a diabetic patient who was on insulin during her pregnancy. So that is something that we see that is common. Mothers who are on insulin during pregnancy, diabetic mothers, when the children are born, they have recurrent hypoglycemic episodes. So this one, I was called in because the patient just abruptly stopped breathing. When they called me, I rushed there. By the time I got there, I found the heartbeat at 34 beats per minute, which is very, very low, especially for a neonate. So I started to ambu bag and everything. She had some secretions as well. I started to suction and ambu bag. The heart rate immediately picked. Spontaneous respirations immediately picked. And we found that the RBS was low again. So, yeah. So I had to resuscitate that little one. And the patient is now okay, stable. Then now they have to do an RBS profile every 15 minutes for the first 2 hours. And then if those values remain normal, then they can go back to doing it every hour. But that baby got me worried for a little while, but thankfully the child is okay. So yeah, I'm back to eating my lunch and I'm trying to put something on YouTube, but time is going, so I think I'm just going to eat my lunch and immediately I'm done, I'll just go to HDU.
I don't want this thing to keep me faded. You should come home tonight. I only kick you with a tie. Cause they won't tell. Cause they're trying to live their best life too. On the low, on my own, I'll be waiting. Put me on the phone, I'll be waiting. Yeah. Almost missing my flight today. I look good even though I feel shitty. I just got back out this way. You already got plans for the city. Call them off, cause you call them off for me. You're always going on and on. Got it all, ask me why I never leave. I don't go out much, but you should come.
Hey guys, so I have no idea why I left you. I think the last I spoke to you, I was eating my lunch if I'm not mistaken. The time right now is 19:30. I'm in my car, as you can tell. So from the time I left you when I was eating my lunch, after that I went to review the patients in pediatric HDU. The one who I spoke about who has tetralogy of Fallot, a cardiac condition, the patient was stable. She's been in HDU for quite a while now, some weeks. So she's been stable. So I transferred her out of the high dependency unit to the general ward. So that's like a step down. In the event that she remains stable while she's in the general ward, then that's going to go on to discharge. So yeah, she's fairly stable. And then the other one, the TB meningitis patient, I kept him in HDU. He's still disoriented, but he has improved. Like, he has improved from the last time I saw him on my previous core day, which was 4 days ago. He's improved drastically, but he's still a little bit disoriented, so I kept him in HDU for close monitoring. And then from there I went to do the post-admission ward, of which a bunch of them I had seen. The time I went downstairs, when I found it busy when I was with my intern, I had seen a bunch of them already, and I was the one who was doing the admissions. But there were 2 that he had admitted without me. There was one who he admitted for UTI, and then when I further assessed the patient, I found that it's also like a suspected pyelonephritis, because the child had renal angiotendeness, which is like tenderness where the kidney is. The kidneys, your kidneys are at the back. So if you're going to like palpate or percuss where the kidney is and the patient feels pain, then that's a sign that there could be some inflammation. So yeah, the patient had a positive sign of that. So I think there could be like some inflammation in the kidney. So I ordered a kidney ultrasound and some kidney function tests, just to make sure that there's no kidney dysfunction. But yeah, and then of course he continued his antibiotics, and yeah, we're going to repeat the urinalysis tomorrow, because the urinalysis that we did today was positive for leukocytes and nitrates. And then the other patient that he admitted, I think, if I remember correctly, was a sickle cell patient with malaria, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, sickle cell with malaria. Like, we've had so much malaria today. So yeah, that one was found positive yesterday, the previous day at the clinic, and started on Coartem. But then the child was having unbearable pain, and the mother brought the child in. And so yeah, it's actually VOC and malaria in sickle cell. And so we just switched from that Coartem, switched to artesunate, which is like anti-malaria, which is injectable rather than drinking orally, which is more effective. So we switched to the injectable one, and then yeah, we managed the VLC, and I'm sure the child is going to be okay. That one I'll have to go assess a little bit later in the night. So like I said, it's 19:30. I'm currently in the parking lot for the mall. I came to get some snacks because I became hypoglycemic, and if you know me, you know that I like my sweeties. So I came to get some sweets to like push me through the night. So yeah, I'm going back to the hospital for that one, and then afterwards I'm going to be going home to eat dinner. Like, I just came to get sweets because, guys, I'm like hypoglycemic. I don't think I was going to manage. So I just came to like boost my sugar because there's literally nothing at the hospital. The only thing that's there is Inshima, and I don't want to have like a whole meal or pay for a whole meal. So I just came, I've gotten some sweets, I've gotten some water, I've gotten a drink, and then I'm going back to the hospital. When I see that one patient, I heard there's some cannulations in scab again. I'm going to do some cannulations. I'm going to go see if there are any other admissions, post-admission, that I need to see in the general ward. I'm going to go do an evening round in HDU. Then I'm going to go down to OPD, and if it's quiet, then I'm going to go and rest. And hopefully the night is not going to be too busy. The good thing is I'm still nearby, so if my intern needs me during the night, he'll just give me a call and I'll be there. So yeah, this is like going to be the end of the video, I think, you guys. I don't think I'm going to bring you along for the rest of it. My goal is to be home by 21:22. Yeah, I hope that it won't be too crazy when I go back. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.